Because it's not easy, and you got to really want it. Your why has to be big enough. But if you can have 15 conversations in 10 days, you will do a deal. So today I'm going to talk about something that I think is pretty important, because I have a lot of people that I talk to in my community that don't have thousands of dollars to spend on direct mail or marketing. Or even if they do, maybe they're a little nervous about spending that much money on marketing, but they don't know the system yet. They don't know how easy it is yet. And I'm talking specifically about land, but this can apply to houses as well. And I did a podcast, a YouTube video thing talking about this thing, and it was called How to Do a Land Deal in 10 Days Without Spending Any Money on Marketing. In fact, I would say this is probably the fastest way to a deal, period. Even if you wanted to do direct mail, it's going to take 7 to 10 days for that mail to hit. It's going to take, probably 1 to 2 weeks for all the calls to come in. When you can use this thing right here called the phone. If you're over 30 years old, it's called the telephone. And you could use the phone to get deals faster. And so before you check out, because I'm going to be talking about the phone, and before you think, oh man, all he's going to be telling me to do is I got to make 100 phone calls. Listen to me here, just bear with me here, because this is the fastest way to a deal. Even if you have money, but you don't necessarily want to wait, or you're doing direct mail, maybe you're waiting for the leads to come in. What can you do if you really want a deal? And you want to do a deal fast. And so what I'm going to tell you, most people will ignore, most people will not do, because they're afraid of the work. Or they're not afraid of it necessarily, they just don't want to do it. They're kind of lazy. I can pretty much guarantee you will do a deal if you have 150 conversations. I guarantee it. Maybe 1 out of 1,000 people will listen to this and actually do it, because it's not easy and you got to really want it. Your why has to be big enough. But if you can have 15 conversations in 10 days, that's 150 conversations in 10 days, you will do a deal. At least you'll get a deal locked up. And this works for land or for houses, and it's really simple. For land, I like to call realtors of older vacant land listings. So I'll go to homes.com or Redfin, and I'll look for homes that have vacant land that has been on the market for over 6 months. If you're doing this for houses, what I would recommend is look for houses that have been on the market for over maybe 60, 90 days and that need work. These are homes that need updating. And the reason why these homes or these vacant lots haven't sold yet, it's because they're overpriced. The seller is just asking too much money. And so what I like to do is either call. I prefer to call. Sometimes after I call and leave a message, I'll send them a text. And I'll say something like, hey, my name is Joe. I'm an investor. I see this property that you have. How negotiable is the seller on their price? That would be the text that I send. Or if you're on homes.com, that would be the little message that I send in the message box. And the reason I like homes.com, it's the only main website that gives you the listing agent's contact information. All the other websites, Zillow, Redfin, realtor.com, they will give you, like when you fill out a form, it goes to a buyer's agent that's paying money to get your information. But you don't want buyer's agents right now. Although that's still good to talk to them. But here's what I'm saying. You're going to call these folks, talk to them. They know you're an investor. And they're responding back, they're calling you, knowing that the price is too high and the seller is negotiable, at least a little bit. So when you call these realtors, you need to tell them certain things like, hey, you know what, or, ask them a lot of questions. I'm interested in this property. It looks like a nice property. It looks like a nice area. It looks like it has a lot of potential if it's a house that needs rehab. Why hasn't it sold yet? What's going on? What's the story? If it's a house that needs rehab, you ask questions about, like, if this house was fixed up, how much would it sell for? How much do you think it needs in repairs? If it's vacant land, I'm asking questions like, does the vacant land have paved access? Are there utilities on the property yet? Have you done a perk test? All these questions, I know the answer is no. I might ask for land. I might say, looks like a nice property. How long has it been on the market? I'm surprised you've not sold it yet. And I know, but I'm asking. And they might say, well, I just don't know. And I say, oh, yikes. It looks right here like it's been on the market for 6 months. It hasn't sold yet. Is there something wrong with it? Usually they don't know. They just say, they admit, yeah, it's overpriced, So how negotiable is the seller on their price? They're not in a hurry to sell it, right? So I'll ask these kinds of questions using negative phrasing. And I'll say, you know what, they're asking what, $50,000. I'm looking at solds here or actives. I look at active listings first. And I'll say, yikes, I'm looking at active listings here and I have my property in the center of the map. You can do this easily on Redfin. And you zoom out and you say, I'm seeing similar properties here that are currently for sale for $25,000, $30,000. So I don't get it. Why would I want to pay your client $50,000 when I can buy similar property a mile away for $30,000? What's the story here? What's going on? Is there something really special about this property? And then I'll say, hey, well, let me look at solds here. Oh my gosh, yikes. There's a bunch of solds that have sold for like $25,000. I probably need to be in that price range, and that's not going to work, is it? So I forgot something. Before I even get to that kind of point, I talk to that agent and I tell them, because you got to think about it from their perspective. What's in it for them? Why are they wasting their time with you? Are you just another lowball investor that's going to waste their time? And, just even maybe a wholesaler that's going to waste their time and lowball them and just make everybody mad? No, because I tell them this. Listen, I'm an investor. I'm a cash buyer. I can pay cash. I can close in 30 days. I'm looking for good deals that I can buy. Sometimes, and this is what I tell realtors, sometimes, I'll buy a property and hold it for 30 years. Sometimes we'll build a house. Maybe we'll sell it with owner financing. Maybe we'll just flip it. I don't know what we do with this stuff. But I don't have an agent representing me. And you can say this for both houses and land. I don't have a realtor representing me right now. So if you can make this deal work with this particular seller, maybe you can double dip both sides of the commissions. Your broker doesn't allow that, do they? So double dip means the realtor represents the seller and the buyer. They get both sides of the commissions. And usually the realtors say, yeah, we can handle that. It's not a big deal. Well, I say, you know what? I don't know if I'm your buyer. I always say that. I don't know if I'm your buyer because I'm looking for good deals. But what if we do this? You don't need to write up a contract. Okay, I'm just going to email you a number. Let me look at numbers a little bit. It's probably going to need to be in this price range, which is the lower range of the solds in that area, right? I'm probably going to be in this price range, but I'll just email you an offer and you can call your client or text them. And, if they're interested, then maybe write up a contract for me. Would that be fine? Okay, good. Yeah, no problem. By the way, and this is the important thing, I sometimes don't even care about that particular deal because I know these realtors hate listing vacant land. Realtors hate listing properties that need a lot of work because they sit on the market too long and they're too much of a hassle, especially with land. They don't make much money in commissions on these deals. Maybe they're making $500 to $1,000 on some of these cheaper properties that we go after. But I'll tell them, listen, if this doesn't work out, that's fine. But I'm always looking for good off-market vacant land deals. So if you find any off-market discounted vacant land deals, if you send them to me, I'll pay you 10% commissions. Normally, when I say that, the realtor is like, oh, wow, okay, yeah. Well, I think I know of some, or I'll let you know. I say, well, this is my phone number. I'm calling them. I say, just add this number to your contacts right now as Joe Land Buyer. And then next time you come across a property like this that you don't want to list or the seller just wants to sell it now, let me know. I'll buy it. I'll pay you 10% commissions. And people ask all the time, how does that work? The commissions. I don't know and I don't care how it works. Just do it, okay? Like, let the realtor figure it out. If they bring you a deal that's worth $40,000 and you're going to buy it for $20,000, I'll pay the realtor $2,000 when I buy it, and that's part of the purchase price of the property, okay? So don't worry about how it works. Just don't worry about it. And then when I sell it, somebody might say, well, you're going to pay them another 10% when you sell it? Yes. I mean, I don't care paying realtors $2,000 to $4,000 on a deal if I'm going to be making a minimum of $10,000. It's not a big deal. I want these realtors to bring me all their land deals. So I'm going to be offering them more generous commissions than anybody else will. Now, obviously, if the property is more expensive, maybe you pay them 8% commissions or 6% commissions, right? But you want to make it worth their while. So next time a seller tells them, hey, will you list this property for me? They will think of you, they'll call you. The next time they have somebody in their office that they're talking to about some land that maybe is on the market, but the seller is getting really motivated and they're wanting to discount their price, they can say, hey, I know a guy who will make you a cash offer and can pay cash and can close in 30 days. Now, you might also be thinking, hey, I don't have the cash. I can't close in 30 days. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. Find somebody else who's already doing land deals, hopefully maybe in that area or in that state, and bring them the deals. And you can partner with them. They'll provide the money. They'll provide the title company, they'll do all the work. You just partner with them. So you could be almost like a bird dog. You go find the deals, you partner, JV on the deals with another wholesaler that's already been doing deals in that area. All right, so this is so powerful, but I'm not even gotten to the best part yet. The money comes from the follow-up. So you add them into your CRM, your database, even if it's a spreadsheet, okay, something that reminds you every 30 days to reach out to that realtor again by text, in email, maybe a ringless voicemail, or just a phone call. And say, hey, Mary, how you doing? Is that property sold yet at XYZ? You probably don't remember me, but I am still looking for deals in this area. If you have any off-market vacant land deals, I'll pay you 10% commissions. And every 30 days, you send text, emails, voicemails, phone calls, reminding them that you're still out there. You're still looking for land deals. Imagine, guys, you've had 15 conversations in 10 days, and you call and talk to 15 agents a day. After 10 days, you have 150 realtors that you've talked to. Do you see why I'm so confident in guaranteeing that you will do a deal? It's like hard not to. You're going to be overwhelmed with leads, which is a good thing. All right, so you train these realtors to bring to you deals, and you train them what is a deal, what's not a deal, and then you're following up every 30 days. I'm telling you, it works. It works very, very well. So go out and do it. I want to hear results from you. If you like this video, if you like this podcast, subscribe to the channel, leave me a review, comment down below. And I got a lot of good stuff coming in 2026. I'm excited about this market. I'm excited about this year. We're ramping up our marketing. We're doing more marketing. We're going to be doing more deals. And I'm going to be talking about the deals that we're doing more on this YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys. Take care.